Hello and a very warm welcome to another video from the Beshak video series. We are talking about a very important topic. Why do you need a personal health insurance when your employer is covering you for health insurance? Uh, Now, most of the people ask me this question, and it's a very valid and obvious question: is that my employer pays for my health insurance, and I'm getting a very good cover. I'm also very young. I'm not anyways going to get hospitalized. Why do I duplicate and have spend money on having a health insurance when my employer already has given me a cover, right? So it's a very valid question from most of the guys, and here's my take on this. There are three reasons why you should have your own health insurance. Reason number one is that whenever you are covered under an employer's policy, and this is the reason that you would mostly know of, is that whenever you're covered by your employer's policy, your insurance is linked to your employment. So as soon as you are out of that employment, if you've resigned or you've left the organization, your cover stops, right? And if you join another organization which does not have health insurance, or if you're taking a break, or if you're, let's say, going for higher studies, or you're joining a company like a startup which does not have insurance, like uh, it's an early stage startup and it's not started giving insurance to its employees, in those kind of cases you would be without insurance. So having your own health insurance ensures that you have a seamless cover, right? It's a first important point. The second point is that health insurance is not available always at every age and at every juncture of your life, right? So there could be situations where you want health insurance very badly, but you may not get it. So usually it's recommended that you should buy health insurance when you don't need it, right? So having a health insurance and staying invested in a health insurance ensures that you have a full blown cover by the time you're old, and you don't wait for a chance, right? That when I'm old, I'll buy a health insurance. It could be possible that if you have a disease or if you've crossed a certain age, it could become very, very difficult for you to get a health insurance. So it's important for you to know this, that you can't keep waiting to have your own personal health insurance for your entire life. Like for example, you can't wait till you retire to buy a health insurance. It could be possible that the premiums could be very, very high, and it could be very much possible that you'll get a policy which will have a lot of restrictions. So from that perspective, it's important to, even if you want to smart small, but ensure that you have your own health insurance. The third point is the most important point according to me, is that healthcare as an expense is personal, right? I would, if I'm looking at spending money for my healthcare, I want to be in complete control of that expense, right? In the future and even now. Now, if the health insurance is sponsored by someone else, the kind of covers that I get would also be controlled by that employer or whoever is the person in the employer who's looking at the policy, right? So, if I'm, let's say, for example, the CFO of your organization, and I am, looking at health insurance for everybody, I'm less bothered about, ensuring that you get a cover that you need. It's aligned to your needs, and more worried about or more concerned about whether the insurance policy's premium fits into my budget, ensure that I save money maybe on that, and ensure that I spend it on something else later, right? So this reason, it's important that you always have a health insurance of your own, so that you can control the kind of access that you have to healthcare, the kind of hospitals that you can get covered to, the kind of diseases that are covered in your policy, and all those kind of things, right? So it's almost like having your own mobile, right? It's like almost like having your own wearing your own coat. Your employer says tomorrow that we'll sponsor your car, right? But I would want a particular kind of car, right? It's not giving me based on budget. Every year we'll decide what kind of car we'll give you, is your employer saying, and we'll keep deciding what kind of vehicle you can drive in, what kind of clothes you can wear, what kind of smartphone you can use. Right? Those kind of things are not something that you want someone else to control. It's because these are super personal, right? So from that perspective, health insurance also should be controlled by you. What you could do is you could start small. Take a cover which is maybe a very, very minuscule cover, let's say 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh cover, and gradually plan to grow it depending on what milestone in the life you are. So, for example, when you get married, or when you have kids, you could gradually upgrade your cover. What you should do is by the time you reach 40 or you're hovering around 40, you should ensure that you have a cover of at least 15 lakhs per adult in your family, right? So that is something that you should do. If you've done all this, I think you're home, right? You have a very good cover. You have access to the best policy that you have. Also, all the waiting periods are completed, so you have a full blown cover by the time you retire. All this helps you to control your healthcare access, control what kind of quality of healthcare you want to provide to yourself and your family. I hope I'm able to answer all your questions by this video. In case you have any further questions, you can always write to me in the comment section below. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you want to watch more videos like these, I would request you to please press the subscribe button and the bell icon. That's all for me today. From me today. I enjoyed this video a lot. I hope you enjoyed it a lot too. Uh, Thank you very much. Bye bye.